Hey, this is Jade, and I'm here to review some more originals that you guys have sent in. Hey guys, it's Jade from Support the Scene, and I'm here reviewing more songs that you guys have submitted. So it's been really cool. You guys have submitted from all over the world, and I've been really enjoying listening to everything. And now I'm just diving into even more. I've been going through as many and as fast as I can, and more submissions are coming in, which is awesome. I'm going to try and get to everyone, and feel free to keep submitting. Share it with your friends, share it with people you know, other bands, that kind of stuff. I want to review as much as possible and just give my thoughts about it. And that's all it really is my thoughts. There's no, I'm not here to rip any song apart. I'm not here just to give all A pluses. I'm just here to give my thoughts when I hear a minute of your song. Hey, this is Jade. Just want a quick message before the episode. I just wanted to give a big thanks to our two main sponsors, Play Music and JQ Clothing, Gene Queen. They are both huge supporters of the scene, as well as us, bands. They just support events and everything that's going on in Vancouver. Two really great companies, great stores. If you go, I'll put links down below. They're in our links of sponsors, so go check them out and give them some love. Also, just want to give a thanks to all you guys for watching. Please give the video a share. Check out all the bands and everything that I talk about. Go check them out on Facebook. They work really hard, and I always encourage people supporting other musicians and bands. Also, we do have a Patreon. We updated it a bit, and now, because if you want to support us, the channel, as well as just help us stay afloat, so we can do all these cool reviews and things like that, and you can become a supporter. Just easy, click the link down below, and we'll kind of guide you through the steps there. Thanks again for everyone, and we'll get right back to the video.
The groove in your eyes. All I remember is the dark sides. Candlelight, red wine, us in the depths of time. Don't say what's on your mind. Give me this space in time. The darkness is ours. The night is for us.
So this song is very psychedelic. It's kind of got that very groove with the bass, which always, when it's locked in with the drums, always sounds great. But definitely with this genre, it very fits very nicely because it just kind of sets the mood. And then you got the guitars doing all their cool effects over top, and then the vocals kind of do their thing. Kind of sounded like a little spoken word kind of thing. It was cool. It was, kind of set the mood. But it was, as these tracks go, there's I'm listening to a minute and you barely hear anything just because it's probably a longer track. Really cool though. I love the layering of all the different reverbs and delays and things like that. The guitar was very atmospheric. The bass was nice and round and just kind of groovy. And the vocals, kind of spacey, reminds me of Pink Floyd-y, stoner rock kind of stuff like that. Really cool track, not breaking any, out of the box or anything like that, but really cool, well mixed, good depth, pretty rockin'.
Tread was say it.
So when the song started, I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know which way I was going to go. It got that heavy riff, but I didn't know if it was going to get either heavier. But then when I heard the pinch harmonic, I was like, oh yeah, going classic 80s kind of thing. And it was really cool. It kind of reminds me of, just that classic throwback sound. It was really cool to hear the vocals right up front, like really in your face, with a good amount of reverb to like kind of space it out, give it that throwback feel, but also very gritty. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of Sebastian Bach, kind of the that era, Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue kind of stuff. When it was like, trying to be gritty, and then big, awesome, epic vocals for like the melodic hooks and things like that, filled with some great guitar licks. Kind of guitar driven track, but the guitar's nicely placed in the mix, a little back, so it's not like too much in your face, which I think is great. I could have used a little more, but it sits perfectly. It sounds like a three-piece drums, guitar, bass kind of thing, and it's really nicely mixed. I didn't hear anything that kind of stuck out to me. The vocals were really cool, and the drums were just nice and like in the pocket. They weren't trying to like be too fancy. They trying to kind of fit the genre. They weren't trying to be too fancy. They kind of fit the genre, and it worked really well. And I think overall it created a really cool song, and I can't wait to see more tracks from them. So this track was really interesting, just in a way of like, once again, when the guitar started, I didn't know where it was going to go, and then it became very, once again, very kind of throwback, old school, but more modern, more like kind of early 2000s hard rock, metal kind of stuff than like 80s throwback kind of thing. Really cool, some cool riffs. I love the second riff, when instead of doing the third chug, it has a pause and then harmonic, and so it gives it a different groove, a different feel, something that switched it up rather than just a straight chug, and really like that. I thought the vocals were really nicely in the mix. Could use a little more compression, a little more grit, a little more out of it. It kind of sounded kind of bland, and I was like, okay, cool, these are vocals and they're there, but there's nothing that gripped me. There's nothing that made me like go, whoa, I really want to know who sings this. It was kind of just there. I think if they spent some more time with the vocals and focused on making them the best they could be, it could elevate the whole track, just a little more grit, or making the pitch a little more locked on kind of thing. The harmonies were really cool. It's just a cool sound. I just wish there was a little more to it, and I love the cool guitar effect in the beginning there, but I just think it could just use a little more edge, or a little more razzle, something to make it just pop a little more. So this track I loved right off the bat. Really cool feel. I love that riff. Really good riff. Kind of reminds me a little Soundgarden-y with Jesus Christ Pose, but just really cool sound. And then the vocals came in, and you know, just as I was saying about the last track, this immediately made me think, whoa, that's a cool vocal. Just had some grit, had some cool vibrato to it. The one thing though is that it's just kind of, once again, reminds me of like they spent a lot of time on the track, making the track sound really cool, making the track sound nice and thick and awesome and punchy. And then they spent maybe like a couple hours on the vocals. It could have used a little more refinement. The tone is really cool. His natural vibrato is really cool. But spend some time and make sure that all the pitches are hit nicely, because once again he kind of hits and then kind of just like goes a little astray from it, or just kind of overshoots it. So it doesn't sound bad, but it just kind of slides off a lot of times, instead of like, you know, that like crispy, here's the note, and then kind of move on kind of thing. Really commit to it, focus on just nailing that note and then moving on to the next one. And then when your engineer gets them all together and edits them all, comps together, it just sounds awesome all the way through, instead of just like, oh man, he starts off strong, but then by the second phrase kind of just like, cool. Because the intro was really good, when the vocals came in was really good, but then once other things started going on, kind of sounded just a little weaker. And I think just with a little fine-tunement, a little tweaking, it could sound super epic and really tight. So keep rocking. Can't wait to hear more.
In my bones, but up above I'm not alone. Forever after the unknown, please light my way back home. So what's inside of me? It's up there with infinity, but we're too blinded by the darkness. Does it make us humble for the rest of our lives? That when it's over with the closure, there's really a time, and there's a white light fever coming out of the skies. So when it's over.
Now this track was rocking right off the bat. Really cool riff, and kind of really worked well with the structure of the whole minute. And within the minute, with a little bit of extra time, you got through everything. Intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. It flowed nicely. It made me want to listen to more. The vocals were awesome. They had kind of a smoother sound in the verse, and then like kind of heavier in the chorus, and it just worked really well. Distinctive dynamics work really well in trying to define your chorus, so it's not just like, oh, it's a different riff, and that's the chorus. It's like some people won't pick up on that, or it's just harder to. It kind of, you know, I really liked the whole sound of it. I loved the fact that it was well mixed, so I didn't pick up any mixed things, but also just it was a cool, well written song, at least from what I've heard so far, and I probably will. So props to them. Not much I could pick apart. It was the vocals were nicely produced, sat really well with the mix. Guitar tones were thick and fat. The bass was nice and tight and round. Sat very nicely in the mix, but still had a little bit of edge to it. And then the drums sat nicely. It sounded great on my speakers, and you could tell it was mixed really well and put together and mastered, and yeah, just kept sounding super awesome. So not much to say. Keep rocking. So that's it for the tracks. I'll be posting all the links down below. Go check out all the bands, and go check out all the videos that I've done so far with my 1 minute review. It means a lot to have all you guys first view them, but also give me feedback, comment down below, tell me which tracks you like, which tracks you didn't, what if you want me to talk more about things or less about things, or want me to talk more about mixing things or more about songwriting, things that come into my head over when I listen to the track. Just let me know your thoughts. Comment down below and subscribe. Hit that bell to get notified when we post more of these. We'll be doing more. And yeah, my name's Jade, and keep rocking, and thanks for supporting the scene. Bye. Hey guys, it's Jade. Thanks for checking out the video. You can subscribe over here, as well as check out some more of our cool videos. And please, thanks for supporting us. That helps us support local and independent musicians all over the world. This is really cool, and I think you guys are awesome. See you guys later. Bye.